my dog. You're my dog. Come on, market. There we go. Today you got balls deep in buys. Honestly, I had a decent day today, to be honest. All right, man. Let's see what gold's done today. So today's Thursday. This week ended up actually pulling back and giving us that the bottom wick for the weekly. We actually ended up pulling back, my dog. So today was that pullback, and today we actually closed with no top wick on the daily. Closing with no top wick on the daily. We have no bottom wick here, barely a bottom wick here. Let's mark up our daily ranges here real quick. Previous daily high. Previous daily low. This was our previous weekly low. Let's see. Looking at the 4-hour, we're starting to break back into this range here, which is the initial point, the first support we made after we started driving up. So the fact that we closed no top wick on the daily, kind of a late candle. Is it? Barely a top wick on this candle here. So barely a top wick on this daily candle, so there's not much range for a continuation after the way that the daily closed. After this 4-hour not having a top wick, there's no bottom wick here. What can we anticipate today, man? I mean, we do have a very strong level we can drive off of right here if we do come up. These are all strong hourly supports. So the middle of all these levels, this support down to this one would be this right here. So if we can get some sort of tap into this zone, and we can get some sort of tap into this zone before a continuation to the upside, that would be ideal. So we're retesting. So it doesn't necessarily have to be this close, but anywhere in this zone and a rejection to the upside, and I will start looking for continuations for buys. For sells, I mean, this is the daily highs. If we start to wick the highs and come down, we can take some sells off these highs up here. No top wick on the hourly. Yeah, it makes a lot of sense now that we start looking at it. If we can actually get another tap into like this area here before driving up, wondering if this area makes more sense, and this is already the bottom wick before the drive up. Yeah, I'd like to see another retest of this area here, man, before coming down. That would give us a top wick, a small top wick on the daily. Nice. I was with you earlier. I shorted, where was it, here? And then I closed as soon as we came down here before market closed. My position would have gotten closed anyways. Yeah, sales don't look bad right now, but there's not enough volume for me to get into a trade right now. I decided to switch to my Apex challenge account. I'm doing a 250 challenge. I'm halfway there. Transparent as it gets, motherfucker. I ain't hiding shit. Can see all my stuff. Yeah, this looks like it was good, but now that market opened, I would like another retest of the highs before a drive down. Because if this is the drive down without a top wick on the daily, I don't think the drive down would be it would go very far. Because our daily needs a top wick, our 4 hour needs a top wick, our hourly needs a top wick, and we don't have that at all. And market just opened, so if we can get like some sort of like, I don't know, let's see. This is what I would like to ideally see on the candles. I would like to see price come up, fake us out into this area, wick the highs, and then start to come down into these lows again, and then I would take an entry, and then you would probably see something like this. And then I would take an entry ideally here. So price came out, tested the highs, came back into range, retested this area, and comes down. This can be like this, you know what I mean? It doesn't have to be super, but as long as we get something similar to this is what I would like. So if we get something like that, test into these areas, price breaks down all the way down. That's exactly what I would be looking for. I trade mainly through candles and trends. I don't really use much of anything else. But if we just keep trickling down here, we do have a major area of support right here. We also have our SMA right here that we could bounce off of, which that area right there would align. That's our SMA. Then we could likely bounce off this area. Yeah, man, so I would likely use this zone here and mark it up as an important zone. So right now I'm looking to see what my reactions are at these zones, because as soon as we come down to this area, I could take a buy anticipating the top wick for the 4 hour for the daily. By the time that we do get down there, it is already 6:20. By the time we do get down there, it'll probably be 7:30. What's up, market mechanic? My dog. Yeah, this is clean. As soon as this 15 broke out, the next one came back down into range. We formed support, and then this one came out. This could be your attempted buys. But after you broke these highs, you would have had to have gone break even, because you're re-breaking the daily highs again. That's a huge area of momentum. Volume comes in there, so price should theoretically drive through. So that's where I would have been break even, and then price comes right back down. And then as soon as you start breaking right back into range, this volume candle was where I was thinking of getting in, somewhere like over here or over here. I don't remember what my entry was. I closed, I think, at this wick down. I think it was right here, something like that. I couldn't hold through a market open on futures. And we driving down. I just had a fucking brain fart on writing. This is ideally what I'm looking for. I would like to see us bounce off of this level here and for a continuation to fill this for gold to drive. I mean, for us to go and break these lows again after breaking out of the range finally, we broke the lows, we broke out of the range, we're starting to close above the range. Like, I don't see why we would come back all the way down. We're starting to scoop on the 4-hour SMA. We bounced off of the 4-hour here. If anything, we would likely reject off the daily 10 SMA all the way up here, which gives us some decent range to fill. 130 pips before a rejection. I did like those sells, bro. I did. Market open screwed me. I had to close. Price, they would have either closed me at 4 o'clock, which was in negative, or I closed at like 2 pips break even. One of the best things that happened when I was in Mexico, I got these ibuprofens, the strong shit. Whenever I have a real bad headache, I don't have to take this shit from here. If Market Mechanic doesn't stream Asian, I'll probably pop in for a little bit and host. It depends. Nah, bro, I haven't drank water all day. I think I've drank like half a water bottle all day. So I just chugged this whole water bottle right now. Let's see what NQ is doing. NQ today. Today we whipsawed back and forth and closed right at the opening. What did today look like? Today was just one 4-hour candle to the upside, one 4-hour candle to the downside, and then a retracement. Wild. This was some fuckery. I mean, this is some clean price action, though. This is some very fucking clean price action. Holy shit, these sells. These sells during news, dog. How come I didn't see that? Oh, it's because I was trading gold. Hourly, no top wick. Candle comes up, wicks an area of liquidity, and then flips bearish and just death drops. The setup appears again. The setup appears once again. And it did it during news. So we're back in range, huh? We're here now. This could be a lower high before a continuation to the downside. We are at a major level of resistance on my end. We've already wicked this a million times, so for us to come up for this 4 hour to create a top wick before coming down, if we do come down, I don't know. I don't think so. We've already tried to come down. So if we do start coming down from this area, this is not a bad area for a continuation. If I'll tell you what, if we start rejecting here, how is it not experiencing enough data? I got music, it says you guys might experience some buffering. Well, I'll tell you what, boys, if the Nasdaq starts to come down from where it's at here, this is not a bad area for a continuation to the downside. Because we broke here, we're retesting, and then if we start to come down, we can get some good entries to these lows. I mean, these are some massive ranges. Oh, stream is back to normal. These are some massive ranges. That's 220 pips. Look at that drop. No bottom wick on this 30. We gapped up here. What's it look like on Oanda? Damn, Oanda, you just gapped down on this 30. No bottom wick, and now you're coming up. Look at how important looking at history is. Identifying previous levels, marking them up, and taking averages. Look at how this wick came down, tapped it, and now we're forming support right here at that level that I was talking about. What's that look like on gold? If only it gave us a bottom wick and then flipped bullish, you would have seen me in some positions right now. What a bougie. Yeah, bro, for me it's tough hydrating. I don't like juice. I don't like a Gatorade. None of that. I just drink water. What's up, Nick? My man. Yeah, I'm looking for a pullback for a continuation. If we do start breaking above these highs, I mean, dog. We came down, we formed the bottom wick for the daily. We bounced off a previous resistance, now turning into support. We're breaking the previous and current daily highs. I mean, dude, that's just textbook buys for a continuation. If we have range to the upside, 230 pips. That's beautiful. Before the next pullback on the 5-minute, we're 150 pips away from there. So you see how we're maintaining under the SMA? That's the shit that I look for to see that we're forming. Once we start getting this little scoop here on it, that means price is starting to form some support here. We're starting to break above. If we get a scoop, we can get an entry somewhere down here. We can possibly get some entries down here. Something like this on the break of these highs. Be break even by this area here, by the previous daily high, be break even. That's 20 pips, maybe even less of a stop loss. Yeah, that's a 1-to-1 almost, but that's up to you, because we can easily come right back down to here to grab more liquidity if we do start driving up here as a fake out. But that's why you want to identify the best possible entry so that you can get a good entry. And by the time that you're here retesting these highs, you can be break even. But yeah, it's hard for me to take sells on gold. I'm still bullish. Like, how many times did I get burned trying to take sells here? I think I only had one good sell entry in this whole entire thing, and then the rest were buys. So, also something, you have to be patient and confident in your entries, because I had sells here earlier today. I had sells off here. This was my news trade today. I had a short position here. My target was right here. All these wicks here was my target. So I knew that if I gave myself 50 pips for a stop loss, I said, okay, if price is really going to drive up today, this liquidity grab right here was not enough to get us out of this fucking range. We drove up and we rejected. And that's why we took sells for a steeper liquidity grab, because this wasn't enough, this wasn't enough, this wasn't enough, the retap wasn't enough, the test again wasn't enough, the test again wasn't enough. So we needed a much steeper grab of liquidity before a continuation to the upside. So if normal price action is not bringing in, or if there's not enough volume for price to do it on its own, when is it going to do it? It's going to do it during news. So as soon as news came out that the price wicked to the downside, it activated my TP. I closed. I think it was full 50 pips on that position. And then I was going to take a flip, because why? Once you break all of these lows here during news, and then you wick up in the same candle to the upside. Oops. So once price came down, tested this area of liquidity, broke all the lows, and then flipped bullish again, bro, you could have taken a buy stop right here, which is exactly what I was trying to do. But I was trying to market execute, and the spreads were a little bit too high, so I hesitated. But now I know for the next time that there's no point in hesitating because the move is going to be massive. It's news. So the entry there would have been another 98 pips. What did you guys catch today? I am your liquidity, my boy. What time is it? It's about to be 7. I think that's gonna be it for my stream. If I do come on later, we're gonna work it out. If I do come on later and stream Asian, uh, I'll let everybody know. We don't know what we're gonna do yet. If it's we're gonna get market mechanic Zoom going, and then I'll come on there, or I'll do my stream. He's trying to figure out the Zoom situation, so we're gonna see later. But I think that's it. I think I need to see a pullback to the upside before selling down. I think I also need to see a continuation to the downside before bouncing up, either off of this level we can get some good momentum upwards, or off of this level some good momentum upwards. I really want to be patient. I really want to be extremely patient. So if we can get something like this, that would be nice. Oops. If we can get something like that, that would be nice, but I would like to see a big volume candle, a bullish engulfing candle getting us out of this range, or another retap of this area before continuing to the upside. And even then, once we get to this area here, we have to be very careful, because that could be the area that we need for a steeper, more liquidity for the downside. We have some levels. We have some targets up here before I'm thinking of selling. But if we do sell, I would like to get out of here and get out of this range. So these are my 3 possibilities for the night. So I'm gonna be looking for all 3 of these, especially when I'm scalping. No bottom wicks. I think that you can catch at least this portion of the move, or you can catch this pullback, or you can catch from here upwards. So depending on your strategy, you can catch a lot of these moves if you know what you're looking for, and if you can identify the reaction off the level. But I think that's gonna be it for my stream tonight. I'm gonna go eat some dinner, and then yeah, when you identify something, a concept, and you see how that concept works, it's like a rinse and repeat action. You can just rinse and repeat. And if you can learn to use that concept and add it to your strategy, you can get such a high strike rate on your strategy. That's one of the things that I'm noticing, that if I wait for the proper time when I notice my setup, it always hits no matter what, like almost like a 90% win rate. So I just have to ensure I get my timing down correctly. So that's why I'd rather wait till 8, 8:30, 9 o'clock, Asia Open, where that will give us that big volume push that we really want to see. But patience is key. I don't know how to fucking spell. How do you spell patience, bro? I'm not even gonna try. But alright guys, I'll talk to you guys later. See you later.